YouTube crew, what it do, man? We back with another reaction video. We got some more Anton Daniels today, man. Congrats on that 1 million subscribers, man. Keep going. But yeah, let's see what's going on, man, over there in Chicago, man. Give y'all this little reaction video right here, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how y'all feel about this.
See, I'm pissed off because a lot of people out there are acting like they don't understand what is actually happening in the city of Chicago in regards to the ICE raids. Let me tell you something. Black people, again, are collateral damage in this. And all the black people that are getting mad at ICE and Donald Trump, hold on, you got to get mad at the politicians right here locally because it was the politicians right here in your city that decided to dump the migrant issue on the black community like they do every single time.
Mm. So I have been doing a little bit of research, doing a little bit of digging, man, and just seeing how, again, like, they kind of went in on my last video, man. A little bit of comments was going on, but we here and look, yeah, man, them sanctuary cities, they going bankrupt as y'all can see. Y'all see the deficit that's going on, the millions of dollars that they did give to the migrants, and now look at the city, and now they asking for more money, more money, more money, but they don't want to solve for the actual problem. They don't want to solve for the actual issue, which is like the leaders of the city and of the towns and all that are in on it. So therefore, why would they want to stop it? Why would they want to stop what's really going on when they could keep on getting government funding every time they ask for it? And this time Trump was like, nah, no more government funding for y'all. We're gonna actually come in here. We're gonna take out the migrants. We're gonna stop the crime. We're gonna see what's really going on in the city. Let's continue.
It came across the border and checked asylum. They were able to come over into our city and get incentives like medical care, 6 months free rent, free transportation, free child care. We fed them each and every day. And those people that they were giving assistance to, they didn't go up to the north side and to the white community. All of the people out there protesting that are white, they didn't open up their doors for them and they didn't want none of the shelters on their neighborhood. Guess where they opened up the shelters? In the black community. Those
Real quick. Can you hide a bunch of people that don't have any resources in a rich neighborhood, in a more established neighborhood? No, because they're gonna stick out. But can you hide a group of people that don't have anything in hoods that don't have anything? Yeah, you can blend them right in. Because for one, we take anybody in. To be honest, let's be honest, y'all. Us as the black man, we cool with everybody. And it ain't wrong on us to just be cool with everybody. But at the same time, it's like, how hey, if somebody coming up in the black club or whatever the case, ain't no problem or whatever. Hey, come on, turn up with us. Just like everybody invited to the cookout. So, like you said, man, they dumping them in the hoods. They ain't dumping them in the rich land. They ain't dumping them where the white people at, man. But yet and still, black people the ones have so much to say.
same school buildings that they shut down in 2013 that were educating black kids, they took those school buildings and they made them migrant shelters. And then they gave over $700 million to a company out in Florida to manage those shelters.
I'll do
700
you one
million.
better. They did this in the middle of a budget crisis. And it's amazing to me that you can see Brandon Johnson, which I believe this gentleman actually ran, and I'm always link back, so that'll be in the description of this video. Um, it's funny because I think this guy actually ran for mayor against Brandon Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong inside of the chat. But it's funny because they did this in the middle of a budget crisis. They found hundreds of millions of dollars. We still don't know who owns these companies that benefited so much from this illegal migrant crisis. We know that Chicago was also leveraging it in order to try to get more money from the federal government, which was the coup that they were using during the Biden administration. And more importantly, the point that he made in that they dumped them. Now remember this for all of you liberals, especially you black people that continue to vote these people in office, because it first starts at the local level. I tell people all the time, especially all of the people that try to convince me, "Oh, my vote don't matters," or whatever. It absolutely does. It determines what happens between life and death, or if you're gonna have an illegal migrant that's laying right next to you in an apartment that you've been complaining about, or if your children is gonna be going to school with them and you're gonna have larger class sizes that y'all can't even afford from a budget deficit that y'all got with the schools in the city. They dumped them in your community and created the problem that Trump is solving right now. So while this young man, who I believe ran as a Democrat, is objective enough to call a spade and say, listen, the problem that they complaining about, and while they're telling you, hey, listen, don't bother our illegal migrant community. It is the problem that they created that you guys continue to pay your tax dollars for and suffer as a result of. When you see things happening in your community, and when you see crime happening in your community, and you see illegal migrants, and you see a migrant that commits a heinous crime against a citizen, a US citizen in the United States of America, and it doesn't matter where you are. I've seen them committing crimes all during the Biden administration. They was doing it in New York. They was doing it in Denver. They was doing it in LA. They was doing it in Chicago.
Yeah, I remember they was running around killing women, killing kids, stabbing this person, arson. They was going crazy.
They were doing it in Ohio. They were doing it everywhere. And they didn't dump these illegal migrants in well-to-do communities. So even when you see these white apologists, because the majority of the protesters are going to be people that don't have anything better to do, and I'll be wondering, do y'all got a job or what? Even though you see these paid protesters most of the time pulling up in mass and having a conversation and protesting and acting like they falling out from tear gas and all of this stuff, even though you may see this happening, remember this: they go back home while you continue to live amongst a problem that you voted for and that you standing 10 toes down for, yet you blame the Trump administration for trying to eliminate the problem, which would force the cities and the states to manage their budget correctly and to actually do what they're supposed to do for the people instead of begging from the federal government on how it is that they can get more resources so that they can take care of a problem that they embraced and that they designated themselves as sanctuary cities to continue to have a conversation about. I'm not convinced. Let
Right.
them.
Hey, y'all, let me know. We can have a conversation. We can have, let me know what y'all think Kamala would have did if she was in this predicament. Would Chicago even be talked about? Would things even be like, all right, how the blacks say the black people, they was like in the community, hey man, we gonna take this upon ourselves. We're gonna police ourselves. We gonna make the hood good. That's what they've been saying. But would this even be a conversation if Trump and the National Guard wasn't going to there? I don't know if it would be a conversation or not. Y'all let me know.
They took the buildings that you've been asking for to be developed and build new housing, and they made them into migrant homes, giving them 6 months of free rent.
No, I'm gonna do you one better. They actually helped them buy homes. I showed a couple of videos on the Millionaire Morning Show,
Damn.
both back then and earlier this week on Monday, about how they were able to help them acquire homes and purchase their own homes, and these people couldn't even speak English.
Damn.
They dumped the problem on black community like they do every single time. When it was George Floyd riots, they closed downtown and pushed people to loot into the neighborhoods because they knew that people didn't care. Where was all the people right now? They weren't in our neighborhoods helping us open up back up our businesses. They were not in our neighborhoods helping us clean up. They weren't in our neighborhoods when we were fighting for Laquan McDonald, who was shot 16 times by Jason Van Dyke. I didn't see them at the protest. But now, right now, they want to make black people a part of the fight. When they made us collateral damage in the first place, we are always losing. That's why ICE is raiding buildings where black people are, is because they put them there. They pay for their rent. They pay for their food. They pay for their childcare. They pay for everything, but they didn't put them where they live. They put them where black people live because they don't want to invest into the community. So that's the easiest place to dump a problem. So yes, we can say ISIS being aggressive. Yes, we know that armed forces are always aggressive more to us. But what we can say is that our politicians did it to us. They should have never allowed them to come over here in droves like they did. And then when they did come over here, they should have never put them and dumped them in black communities.
He right, man. He right. Just think about it. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people that be in the hood, just think about if they just dumped a bunch of people where y'all stayed at and then funded them. And then you got to pay for it out your taxpayer. Like a lot of people may not, I don't know if y'all have things or if y'all came up in life. Like life ain't about just sitting here and being stagnant. Like we progress every year. You want to progress. You want to do something. So when I see talking about cutting off food stamps and all this and that, it's like, are we supposed to stay on food stamps for the rest of our life? No, we're not. Are we supposed to sit here and always want a handout every single time? I don't think so. We got more opportunities than we ever did in this day and age. Like we could sit here, get on the camera, and a lot of people on this internet is making millions of dollars with just sitting here talking. So you can't tell me like that wasn't back in my day. Wasn't no, you wasn't no just getting on the internet and just it wasn't even no internet like that yet. So to let alone to make millions off of, but yeah, man, just imagine that. Imagine just having them just a thousands of people coming to your city, coming to your neighborhood. They buying up all the things in the grocery store. You can't buy nothing. Like, damn, man, where they getting all? They taking all your jobs. Then you try to go apply for something. Nope, we full. All the warehouses, we full. I just think about it, man. Well, let me know. How y'all feel about it? Let me know.
And like we didn't want economic development, like we didn't deserve better schools and deserve community centers and deserve grocery stores. We deserve better, and our politicians need to act like it.
That's the only thing that I disagree with them about. That's the only thing that I disagree with him about is the deserve comment. He's accurate. He's spot on them dropping them into your neighborhoods. He's accurate and he's spot on about how they created the problem that they trying to blame the Trump administration for. He's accurate and he's spot on when it comes to every single talking point except for the deserve one. And the only thing that I disagree with him on the video and is in that last point in that you don't deserve anything. You get what you vote for. And so, because you have a low voter turnout rate, because you decided that you wanted to vote blue no matter what, because you wanted to do it based off of identity politics, this is the very man in Brandon Johnson that advocated for defunding the police while at the same time talking about crime needs to come down inside of the community. At the same time, he's telling the police department who's over 1,000 police officers down, but it doesn't make a difference in the budget because they get an extreme overtime in order to cover all of the things that they got to cover. Is telling them that they need to shave $100 million off of their budget. So if you vote for it, and they give it to you because they're no different than how they presented themselves, even during the election cycle, and that they telling you what they're going to do. They're telling you what they're going to do in Mamdani over there in New York. If you vote for them, it's difficult for me to say that you deserve anything other than exactly what you're getting because they told you, they didn't lie to you, they told you to your face that this was what they were going to do. What did you expect? Why did you expect anything different than exactly what they're giving you?
Mm, right.
Nobody deserves anything. You get what you earn and you put the time in, you do your due diligence, you educate yourself, and then you make an informed decision and then you live with the consequences. Let me know what
Right.
y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. He cooked. Just don't agree with him.
Yeah, man. You know, I say we all do our research, man. Educate ourselves to the best of our knowledge, man. But yeah, it's a dope video, man. Just a little update on the Chicago thing, man, and just all of the politics dealing with the Trump and the ICE. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Subscribe. I'm out. Peace.